Okay, for this week, we'll be working on some word problems, and we'll try to apply the lessons that we had in the past. That's addition and subtraction, and also using mental math in doing those problems. Okay, let's try this first problem. Okay, Rebecca made 686 paper flowers. She sold some of them. If 298 were left over, how many flowers did she sell? Okay, when you have, every time you have a word problems, the first thing that at least you should try to do is to understand every sentence and pick up the important information that is given to you. Okay, so for this problem, the first part is Rebecca made 686 paper flowers. Okay, so that is important. Okay, so let this yellow box represent the 686 paper flowers. Okay, and let's label that with 686. Okay, and then the next important information would be she sold some of them. Okay, so we know that she made this many 686 paper flowers and she sold some of them. Do we know how many did she sold? Well, we don't know, but we just don't know that part of it was sold. So the first box in here that is darkened represents the number of paper flowers that she has sold, but we just don't know how many. Okay, and the next important information would be 298 were left over. So meaning the yellow box, the lighter one in here, that represents the 298 that were not sold. Okay, so let us label that. So how do we get the number of flowers? Okay, that's the question. How many flowers were sold, or how many flowers did she sell? Okay, so basically this is the one that's represented by a question mark. So what kind of operation do we need to do this? Okay, in here. So basically you need to do difference. Okay, because from the big yellow box with 668, you subtract 298 and you get 388. Okay, and the last part of your solution would be to write the sentence answering the question. The question is, how many paper flowers did she sell? And so after you did the operation, which is 388, you write the solution and write she sold 388 paper flowers. So it is important that we also do this part of the solution, the statement part. Okay, let's try this another example. Okay, 134 girls and 119 boys attended a class in Inman. How many more girls than boys were there? Okay, so let's read from the first line. It says 134 girls and 119 boys attended a class. So meaning 134 is greater than 119, right? Okay, so that's the important information. So from that information, let's write our model. Okay, so let this red box be the number of girls, and that is 134. Okay, and then let this blue box be the number of boys, and how many are there? There are 119. Okay, and then the question is, how many more girls than boys were there? So if you could see here, the red box is longer or bigger than the blue box, which represents the boys. And so if you wanted to get a difference, it is represented by this two-sided arrow. Okay, so that's our question mark. So how do you get the difference? Okay, again, this is looking for the difference. Okay, so that's 134 minus 119 equals 15. So what does 15 means? Okay, so let's answer the question. There are 15 more girls than. Okay, let's do another example. For this week, we'll be doing a lot of word problems. So we will try the application of the operations that we've been doing in the past weeks, the addition and the subtraction, and also we will try to do the mental math along the way. Okay, so for this next this problem, it says a man sold 230 balloons at a carnival in the morning. He sold another 86 balloons in the evening. How many balloons did he sell in all? Okay, so again, let's read the important informations. It says a man sold 230 balloons in the morning. Okay, so let this Yellow box B, the number of balloons sold in the morning, and how many are those? We have 230. Okay. And then let this blue box represents the balloons he sold during the evening, which is 86. Then the question is, how many balloons did he sell in all? So that basically means if it's asking for all of the balloons, you just have to, okay, that's pretty fancy, okay. You just need to add the number of balloons in the morning and the number of balloons in the evening. And so you would see a brace at the end of it that represents the sum. Okay, so that represents the sum. And the sum would be, you just add the numbers, 230 plus 86. Okay, so that would be 316. And then again, the final part of the answer is the statement that answers the question. He sold 316 balloons in all. Okay, I want to emphasize that the last part, the sentence part, is also important. Okay, all right, let's try this this problem. The sum of two numbers is 175. If one of them is 49, what is the other number? All right, so what's the first thing we need to do? Okay, let's pick up the important informations. Okay, all right, it says we have two numbers. Okay, so let this yellow box be one of the numbers, and let this other box be the other number. So you can see now we have two boxes. Okay, one is smaller than the other. Okay, and then it says the sum of the two numbers is 175. So that means if you add a smaller number and a bigger number, it totals 175. And then the next important information is this: one of the number is 49. So you just have to pick which one you think is 49. Okay, so for me, I chose the smaller one as a 49. Okay, so how do we get the second one? Okay, of course, we need to get the difference. Okay, so that's 175 minus 49 equals 126. Again, the last part of the information is the sentence. The other number is 126. Okay, so basically the first number is 49, the other number is... Okay, so this is our last example for today. And I'd like you to work on some more problems that you will find in your workbook and also in your textbook. The pages you can find in the assignment homework hideout. Okay, all right, so let's get this problem. Faith saved $184. She saved $63 more than Madison. How much did Madison save? Okay, so let's try to determine the important information here. The first one would be Faith saved $184. Okay, so let this yellow box represent the money that Faith saved. Okay, let's label this. So we have Faith's name in here, and then on top $184. And then we know that Madison also saved some money. However, we don't know how much. So let's label the red box with Madison's name. It is smaller because we know that Faith saved more. Isn't that right? So the red one should be smaller than the yellow one. Okay, so what's the next important information? Okay, the next one would be that Faith saved $63 more. Okay, so that is represented by this two-sided arrow. Okay, so that's $63 more. So what kind of operation should we use for this one? Okay, in order to get the red one or the one in question mark, we need to do the difference. That is subtraction. Right, so let's do the operation. 184 minus 63, that's 121. Okay, and again, the last part of the solution would be the statement. Okay, so let's write that. Madison saved $121. Okay, alright, so in your homework hideout, you will see the pages for your assignments for today. I'd like to encourage you to work on them using the model method. Okay, because this is important, and eventually we'll do some more problems that will be a little bit more complicated, and the model method would be able to help you get them understand them a little bit easier. All right.